Hi guys, how you doing? Doing the follow-up video regarding the CZ mags. Working in the Escort Hatsan 22 rifle. Here's my current rifle at its current configuration. Just added a cheap little Simmons scope on top and a cheap little bipod in the front. And yeah, rifle's done me good so far. So here are the two mags. This being the factory 10-round magazine that comes with the gun. Let's see here. And this is the CZ mag I ordered. It is a 5-rounder. I ordered the 5-rounder just because I wanted a mag that would sit a little bit more flush. Possibly not get in the way in case you're doing like bench shooting or whatever. Now that the other ones stick out so much. Kind of just, I guess, to say I have a 5-round mag in my gun and the next guy next to me doesn't. But yeah, it's a factory CZ mag. Here's the details on it. And I ordered this from eBay. I paid, I believe, about $32 shipped to my door. Which I thought was kind of expensive for a polymer mag. But I own about 4 CZ pistols and I know their factory mags are pretty expensive. Anyways, back to the mags. Here they are, side by side. They are very, very, very similar. I'll save you guys the time. I tried making this work. Well, open the box, tried putting it in the rifle. It would not go all the way in, and the magazine latch, or basically the latch would not latch onto this portion of the magazine, which is what it sits in, this little ridge here. So it would not lock. It would basically just fall right out. Or if you try to actually pushing the bolt forward, it would push the mag down because it wasn't locked. So I started paying closer attention to the two mags, and on the factory Escort mags, I don't know if you guys can see, all these edges are rounded. All these edges that go into the magazine pocket, they're all rounded. If you can see here, probably a little better. Those were all rounded. And in the case of the CZ mags, as you can see now, I've rounded them because they were completely square. They had a straight edge, just like that edge there, just like this little edge here. That's how all these edges were, front and back. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but basically I took my pocket knife and little file, took some material off the edges, sanded them down a bit. As I saw when I was pushing that mag in there, there was a bit of wear on these corners, all 4 corners. So I knew I had to take some material off. Did not take much off. Basically, I just wanted to round it out. And that got it basically up to where it needed to be. But the latch was still not reaching all the way, and I still had a little bit of trouble getting the mag up there. So I'm not sure if you guys can see there, but right in this little corner, this was a bit higher up, and I had to take some material off that as well to make that a little shorter. If you guys can see there, basically just try and error, take a bit off and try it, take a bit off, try it, so I got it to work. I also had to take a bit off from right here, right in the bottom. If you guys can see there. Not very much, but just a tiny bit, just so the magazine latch would grab on it more reliably. I found that I was having to push the magazine up very hard for it to latch on. Once I take that bit off here, basically every time I slid the magazine in there, it would latch on. Other than that, I took a tiny bit off here. If you can see, it's a tiny little bit scratch. It was almost nothing. The bolt still catches it just a tiny little bit here, but I'm sure after a few more rounds, or just with use, it'll wear that little path it needs or whatever, and make it so that you don't feel that bump anymore. But yeah, like I said, trim here, trim these edges, round them out, both sides, front and back. And then you will need to take a bit off the top here and a tiny bit off the bottom here. Like I said, I did it with pocket knife and a file just to wear the edges off a little bit. And yeah, it ended up working just fine. If you see me a quick second, I'll go ahead and demonstrate to you guys how it works. Alright guys, so here's the rifle. There's no mag in there right now. Not sure if you guys can see. There is no mag. I'll show you guys the factory magazine. That's in just fine. Push the release, comes right out. And here's the 5-round CZ mag that I modified. Same deal. Push it in. And it is nice and snug. You literally have to press the lever for it to come out. Still needs some minor fit and finish, but it's in there. We'll go forward. Back out, no problem. Or if you guys try to latch, release it. There's the mag. I'll go ahead and load a couple rounds here for you guys so you guys can see. In fact, it does work. Oh, sorry. And here's another mag. I'll put 3 rounds in here. So, go ahead and push that in there. It's locked, not going anywhere. Push your bolt forward. Locked, it's ready to fire. You shoot the case, expand the empty. Load a new one. Get the empty out. Load a new one. Get the empty out. Once you're done, the latch, your magazine's out. Show you guys another angle here, just so that there's no misunderstandings as to me not being honest about it. Here's the factory mag. It's in. It's locked. Push the latch. Comes right out. Here is the CZ mag. Again, as you can see, these slight modifications to it. Not perfect in any way, but I figure as long as it works, it should be fine. Push it in there. See, it's pretty stuck. It's not coming out unless you push the latch. If you can hear the sound, released, it comes right out. I've loaded maybe 20 rounds in it. I haven't fired it, but I figured if you can feed it manually and eject it manually without any hiccups, I don't think you'll have any problems ejecting it or loading it if you are firing the rifle. Again, just a close-up so you guys can see exactly where I took some material off, which is right in those little edges. Right in those edges. A bit here in the bottom and the top. And as well as these back edges. Like I said, the factory mag comes squared off, and it would not go into the rifle if you do not shave those down and then help it by removing some of this material here so the latch catches more reliably. Oh yeah, I think that'll conclude the video. If you guys do have any questions regarding the rifle or the magazine I purchased or exactly what I did, feel free to send me a message and we'll try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. Alright, thank you.